music. Oh, my music is gone. So my intro is gone. It looks like, hey, this is Nicolina Nicthe, and you're here again for another episode of Women, Wit and Wine. And today's topic is the sexual intellectual. Woo-hoo! And it's definitely something that it's very interesting. I met the artist here, Isaac Flowerday.
Yes.
At a barbecue, and it was very fortuitous because I was looking for a guest, and he has blessed us with this moment. Today, our wine is definitely brought to us by our guest, Z. Alexander Brown Uncaged, which I think is really a great label for a wine. It's a proprietary red blend. And it's from North Coast, which I'm assuming it's California. I'm sure it's a California wine.
Love them blends.
I get a lot of California wines, but wine is wine, and eventually we will have some amazing local wineries hosting us.
I just want to say,
however, I do want to say that I do have Judith here again, my co-host, and Isaac Flowerday. And
awesomeness.
Judith brought a Riesling for herself, and which it's nice. It's cool. It's a hot, cool day, and that's one of the things that's really important.
Yeah, I did. I brought a nice German Riesling. It's nice and fresh. They were having tastings today at the local the wine store that shall be renamed nameless, but it has like a large total in front of it.
Yeah, I was going to say about that.
So it's a nice little German Riesling. It's nice and chilled, and I thought it. But boy, I do like a blend since I'm sort of a red novice. So blends are cool because they're nice and consistent. They may not be fine dining or whatever, but it's nice. A blend is consistent. But but I think Uncaged is a great. It's a great way to start this podcast today. I mean, we have. Did you notice, Nicolina? It's the oh my gosh! It's the sexual intellectual.
It is.
We could be very educated and very excited. So
stimulated and educated.
Yeah, I won't moan this episode. Well, maybe I will. I shouldn't say I won't.
I mean, I guess that the only thing I'm thinking about is that I didn't think about is I'm hoping that it, when we play iTunes, it doesn't shut this off, but it shouldn't.
Okay. I mean, I can do some acapella stuff.
I'm just saying by chance.
By chance.
By chance, if we're shut off, we will be right back, and then turn it back on. We're gonna definitely take a chance on this because this is something that's new. Because I don't have the right equipment for him to attach his stuff. So next time I'll know better. So, but tell us a little bit about you and what got you started here.
Yeah.
Well, I've been rapping forever. I think when I was real young, basically, my uncle played me some hip hop, and I was like 3, and started listening to De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest, stuff like that, and just been hooked since then. And that was always my favorite. And then going in to do jazz band, I got drum lessons and started as a jazz musician, and just played a lot of funky types of rhythms, break beats, and things like that.
Initially, I was going to give you a little heat for saying all my life, and because I have shoes older than you. But you know what? When you said how young you were, that's pretty special.
Well, the thing is
that was
for all your life. It is all your life.
It's probably I can pretty much remember.
It's all your life up to this day.
Right.
Yeah, but no, that's really impressive. When I was 3, I was probably just playing with my shoelaces. So that's pretty.
I was doing that too. There was a lot of shoelaces play. Just around the house, jumping on beds and usual stuff. But
when I was 3, I was probably playing monkeys. I was probably breaking
like a barrel of monkeys.
I was probably breaking an arm or 2 or something like that because I was just a ruffian.
Yeah.
And in what way, I have no idea. I just know that I broke a wrist playing monkeys in the tree. I broke an arm. Crawling an awning.
I feel you.
I had a nail through a finger.
A high five to that.
Throwing a board at a dog.
Yeah, I've been there. I've also broken arms doing real stupid stuff. I was playing tag, and I just climbed up a fence to get away, to get the advantage, and then I just fell almost on my head, and I put my arm out.
Yeah.
And it just, boom, just totally broke up.
Totally. I did that once. I put my arm out. It was to stop somebody from stabbing me.
I mean, it's better than a stab. I will take like an arm impact over a stab.
Yeah. It was definitely a stab. She went to stab me in the chest, and I stuck my hand out. So.
Oh goodness.
So
and what happened? Did it just diffuse after that? She didn't want any more of the strong arm. She was like, nah.
No, she was a heroin addict, and she was robbing the store that I worked in.
Got you.
So
I've also been there.
And I was a bozo. I ran out of the store after her.
Did you? Yeah.
Which was dumb. 1988, and it was dumb. And and she grabbed a knife. She was like, I had a gun, and I'm like trying to beat her up, and just grabbing onto her.
Did she really have a gun, or did she was bluffing?
No, she did not have a gun. She had a knife.
Yep.
And it was her 5-year-old in the back seat that handed her the knife to stab me with.
Wow, that's terrible. That's in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was in the war zone.
That's Albuquerque.
It was in the war zone off of Utah and Zuni, which is now like a farmer's market.
I know exactly where that's at. I had one pulled on me when I was delivering pizza at Texas Street, just south of Central. Not that's far away from Utah.
That is the war zone.
TUV. So it's like, boom, right before Utah. Mm-hmm. And I've delivered pizza in 4 years. I had guns pulled on me 3 times. But that one, this guy it was like 2 a.m, and he ordered the pizza, and I see this light coming around the side of his house, which is very sketchy because I'm at his front door, and I also have a lit up like Domino's sign on the top of my car, and he just comes around to the side and just pulls a gun out of his jacket.
He thought it said ATM.
Maybe that's what he thought. Maybe he was trying to make a withdrawal. But
he was making a withdrawal from the Domino's.
It's like, dude, I need a little bit of change, Like, I need, like, your $18 you have on your person. So, yeah, and some lint. But I just dove into my vehicle, threw it in reverse, started driving off. This dude runs out with his hands up. So I stopped the vehicle. And he tells me, he's like, hey, I was just trying to protect myself, bro. It's like, dude, you ordered a pizza. My sign is lit up. It says Domino's. Like, what are you talking about? He gave me a $2 tip.
Oh, wow, that was really big of him.
That was pretty sweet of him to do, man. It was pretty nice of him. So I guess he wasn't trying to rob me. I don't know. Maybe he was just really paranoid. Maybe he had PTSD or something. I don't know.
God, maybe it's just to inspire your art.
Yeah, because I mean that gave me some stories to tell. So
when did you first perform?
My first actual performance, aside from doing stuff, I remember I switched schools in elementary, and I wasn't like that cool when I went to the new school. And
Elementary.
In elementary,
wow.
But then I started to make like little like beats on the tables with pens or pencils or whatever, and then rap, and then I started to get kind of like popular, or at least embraced by some people because of that, because they were like, "Nah, this guy can't do anything," and then I would kind of rap about whatever they wanted me to rap about. Yeah, and it was fun because I love.
You got a flow going.
Got a flow going.
You're able to lay it down and make some flow, and that's pretty awesome. So, where did your name come from?
The sexual intellectual. I think that was more like high school because I would just say rhymes that were nerdy. Like I would take stuff out of the textbooks, like the biology textbook or whatever, or the chemistry textbook. And I was listening to a lot of artists like Ultramagnetic MCs. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them.
Yeah.
Ultramagnetic MCs. It was like this group from the late 80s, but they were just like some nerdy...
You name dropping. That's good.
There were some nerdy ass dudes that dropped some real ass hip hop that sounded scientific, but it was comedic. It was like, it was comedy. It was like subversive. Like they would rap about how they're from Jupiter and they're coming down to Earth to like take out whack MCs, and was talking about the periodic table and changing altitude levels. It was like this weird sci-fi stuff. But the funny thing was that it was super hot on the street in New York. Like it was on fire. Like Jeeps were bumping it in late '88. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like it was a street hit.
So it should hit New Mexico in about another year or two.
Yeah, right. We're a little behind the times, but
occasionally we're not as bad as we used to be. But yeah.
But so I was influenced by that, and so I would just actually do things like rap for biology class and just rap about.
And of course, you
stuff
had to
with
add the sexual part because then that got the girls.
Well, you know, I don't know. If, in high school, it did not get the girls. I'm going to be honest. It did not get the girls at all.
Does it get the girls now?
You know, I do okay now. I do all right.
You know, okay?
I'm happy. Yeah. I just got with a ball. Like, I didn't get with it, but I cuddled with a ball-headed girl yesterday.
Did she charge you for it?
No, she didn't charge me for it. She's cool.
They do that now,
She's
right?
cool, though. Like, no, I don't.
I'm serious.
I can't do that. No,
In Portland, they have a thing where...
Well, this place is, like, you can do it in Nevada. You could probably do it in Nevada. No, this was free. I mean, I made tacos.
So wasn't that
I made some tacos, so, like, there was an investment of sorts.
Your tacos did it for her, huh?
Dude, I think I won her over with the tacos.
Your tacos breed.
She told me she would marry tacos.
Yeah, you know, I have a daughter like that.
Tacos are fun. I would probably marry tacos. Tacos are pretty damn good.
I have a daughter who's driven about 600, 700 miles now, 2 years in a row to go to a taco festival in San Diego now.
Whoa!
They have a taco festival.
What? But we're in New Mexico. Where? Why are you going to San Diego for tacos?
No, she doesn't live in New Mexico anymore.
Oh, okay.
She lives in Arizona, and she goes.
I see.
But there's also jazz music. And
Let's go to the taco festival.
Dude, I'd be pretty down.
We missed it.
And for jazz music too, I love jazz.
Yeah, no, it's like a nice little taco fest.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
but she's cool. Not to give her a bad rap. She was cool. I just kind of, what was I going to say? You know, I don't know. It's like subtle when you turn the lights out. You don't like a bald head could be severe, but it's much more subtle with the lights out.
Oh,
you don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
Well,
she's a cool person.
Odd. That's
she's
a very
cool.
secure woman, and it's also a very much a fashion statement now too.
It is, man, because you can't ignore it. It's like the elephant in the room. You notice it, like
your eyes.
Even like a dude with a bald head. I don't think I would rock a bald head unless I was balding. If I was balding, I might rock a bald head, but like I'm not gonna just do it.
You could probably rock a bald head. I mean, you don't have your head's not misshapen. It's nice and.
Yeah, I got a good round, well-rounded head.
You got a good dome thing going on.
Yeah, well, like I don't know. My uncles are balding, so maybe I'll inherit that sooner or later.
Yeah, you actually kind of get it from your mom, is what I understand.
Is that true? It's a maternal trait, huh?
Yeah.
The bald head.
My mom's not balding, and my brother's not balding.
No, the mom.
Yeah, like that's true. Like because on my dad's side,
the mom carries it. Occasionally, women do bald.
Maybe she
the
just
pattern is definitely. I shouldn't bring it up, but I have a very mild form of female. I have a widow's peak.
It's so subtle. I never would have guessed. You look like you have a full head of
I do.
hair.
It's just
your widow's peak.
It's not. You can call it a
this is usually your widow's peak, right?
No, well, this area here, and it's
like where it kind of goes in the side, like the receding.
Here, it's a receding thing. This is the male pattern.
Mine is a preceding.
If I had a
preceding,
yeah,
that's true. Whoa, you got
if I had
you could do a transplant,
dude,
and you would just even out because like she has extra.
Yeah,
and you have a slight.
So this,
I don't think either of you guys need it though.
No. I have a full head of hair and whatever.
Yeah,
but this is the
on.
subtle, and that's how you know when you start noticing this rising forehead.
Right.
Yeah, and it'll start in the 20s.
For sure. No, I mean I might have had somewhat of a receding thing, but I don't worry about it.
But it goes into full bloom later, and then you'll figure out what to do.
That's all.
But you just rap about it, right?
Yeah, dude. I actually like that concept.
You can sing about the golden arches.
Like McDonald's?
No, the
golden I'm bringing that beef, I got a golden arch.
Golden arch, yeah.
I'm just giving you a line there.
No, that's good. That's a hot rhyme right there.
What was your first rap that you did?
Oh my god, I don't even know. It was like, I said something about a leprechaun.
How about the first
How old were you then?
Was
that your kindergarten one? Or
no, I was in middle school when I first started rapping publicly. But
Did you remember any of it?
I can't really remember. Let me rap like the first thing that I do remember because I don't exactly remember that one.
Just.
But this is the first thing.
We're ready.
Okay, all right. A 1, A 1, 2 to the 3. I'm smooth like chocolate cocoa beans. I said 1. A 1, 2 to the 3. If you think about me, you must be having wet dreams. I'm red hot, so bust out your copper tone. So ultraviolet, I burn holes in the O's. I'm zapping energy. With my lyrical imagery, I can flip a script right on the axis of symmetry. I'm heating up your brain with the flower day fever. Warm to the touch like a Cleveland steamer. Now congregate. I'll give an MC a bellyache. So much magic touch, I make a wish when I masturbate. It's a bad idea to ever come fuck with me. I got thousands of lyrical STDs. Bone your girl and tell her pussy's inflamed with testicular veins as big as political campaigns. I'm an Anglo-Saxon supporting affirmative action. Illest composer says Johann Sebastian, Michael Jackson. I don't give little kids calls. Instead of grabbing one, I grab both my balls and bust a 1. The 1, 2 to the 3 is smooth like chocolate cocoa beans. I said 1. A 1, 2 to the 3. If you think about me, you must be having wet dreams. Hey, yo, girl, we about to do this the raw way. I give it to you all night, extra foreplay. Make your pussy wet soon as you step through the doorway with a big old dick to make it say, oh, yeah. I know my dick is what you desire. So I take your wet panties and throw them in the dryer. I take them back out and put them on the hanger. In the meantime, I might just have to bang you. I'll bone you hard till you start blowing snot out your sinus. Woo, I think you got a bad case of gingivitis. Girl, your breath be stinking, but I can read your mind, baby, and I know what you're thinking. So I'm going to go on down and give you 2 licks. Guess what? It's like you're getting 2 dicks from the east to the west, the north, and the south. We got the whole crew straight busted in your mouth with the 1, 2 to the 3. Smooth
That's
like
awesome.
chocolate cocoa beans. Yeah.
Awesome. Woo! Let's give it up in here. Oh, that was some good stuff. That was, I did
It's kind of raunchy. A little raunchy.
It's Women, Wit and Wine, and you're sitting here with Dirty Girls Comedy, so it's just
okay, good. I'm glad that I fit in with the Dirty Girls.
You fit in with the Dirty
It's a
Girls.
good match for me.
It's a great match. So,
Yes.
oh my gosh, so how old were you when you did that one? 16?
I was in high school. I was probably like 15, 16.
Oh, that's
yeah,
some intent. That's a little bit of advanced knowledge there. You have some references in there that sometimes you don't learn about till later.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No, but
Kids
I
grow up
did,
quick these
I
days,
did not hear any reference to the G-spot. So that was definitely a teenage rap. So
the G-spot, see, I still don't know about the G-spot. You have to learn the G-spot.
Well, then I'm giving
the Dr. Grafenberg shit. No, I still don't know about that.
Actually,
I just kind of see what happens. I don't know.
Feminists say we kind of have to stop calling it the G-spot.
I kind of feel that too.
Official name because
right. I feel you.
Like something, Nicolina, something sponge. What do they call it? The urethral sponge. No,
the urethral sponge. No, that's cool. Like I'm all about the anatomy of the vaginal anatomy. I want to learn about it.
No, there actually is there's some feminists that went through renaming it by the name of the structure.
That's a better idea.
The name of the
doctor. Fuck the doctor.
The discoverer.
Dude, it should be his fuck. Yeah, he didn't discover it. There was girls that knew about that way before he ever knew about
actually,
that.
Women
bullshit.
are
He didn't know about that.
we don't have outies.
Now with that,
yeah,
not necessarily great. I mean, he did a study on the erogenous zone.
Yeah.
And discovered the G-spot kind of thing. And yes, and he named it.
Because
because a lot of people with women and their G-spots, a lot of the times they think, "Oh my God, I just peed."
Yeah. That's a thing.
And it's a very traumatizing moment when a woman first has that experience. Because all of a sudden your body gets hot.
It feels like you're gonna pee. You almost don't want to let it happen.
Well,
probably.
no. I'll tell you, my first time was all of a sudden it's this warmth that rises. And it just rises through your entire body.
Right.
And all of a sudden you just release and you're like, oh my God, I didn't pee on you. I really didn't pee on you.
Yeah, totally. No, I've heard that
too. It's kind of like, oh wow. Yeah. Oh, the hell with it. Oh.
Just go let it happen.
Shit. That's the next thing.
Shouldn't they teach that in sex ed? So people aren't worried about peeing on people?
That wasn't, and that was just...
You don't even know. Well, we're another generation.
That was just kind of my first experience.
Yeah,
well, they didn't tell us about that either, but I feel like they should start educating people on that, so that way you're not worried about peeing.
Well, the key of educating people is just the basics. It's just
the fundamentals.
Procreation. The fundamentals of sex.
Yeah.
I have a legit, day job thing that I do, and involved in puberty education. I've worked in elementary, I've worked at high school, and we never teach that this is really cool. And it's
Maybe,
fun, and it's okay. It's like this. Okay, then A slots fits into B. And you should cover with cellophane to preserve. And you really should. It's like so technical that the actual internal. And if they do show a woman, it's like
a scientific diagram of a vagina or something.
Well, that's why this wonderful artist did the Great Wall of Vaginas. I don't know.
Dude, that's badass. I should put that on my wall.
It's
that would be a good
because they show this very stylized anatomy picture, and women don't look like that. Well, maybe 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 may look like that. They hit the lottery and they got the right part.
Okay, all right.
So there's another area for rap. You should be rapping about the variety in women's parts because a lot of women feel really crappy about their parts.
I'm totally down. I'm totally down with that.
According to Ralph Polanski, if you turn him over down this side.
Turn him over, like from the butt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
it's
butt cheeks are butt cheeks. They're not gonna.
It's a cartoon.
Okay,
it was like in the 80s. It was called American Pop.
Okay.
And that was like a line out of it. It's like, women, you turn them over, they all look the same.
Oh, because if you're coming from the aft, you don't see the anterior. Yeah. The anterior view is different from woman to woman.
That's true. The anterior versus the posterior is different.
It's pretty.
It came from a movie called American Pop.
Oh, okay.
It's a cartoon. It was very much like that heavy metal type era.
Oh,
it was in the era of heavy metal.
How do you guys feel about that era from coming up and living through it? Because I was born in '89, so I was just a little bit after that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely you're after. I was.
Well, the whole thing about it is that's my childhood. That's part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Here's the other issue though that's generational too, and Nicolina can chime in too. Is that if you were allowed to have it, you got exposed to it. Mm-hmm. But if your parental units, there's no internet.
Right.
There's a TV, and I remember the big day when we got color. Yeah. So you didn't, and then I actually lived in the country where we had limited radio signals because all we could really get. I was in southern New Mexico, so we got a lot of. I got tons of corrida and ranchera music and country and very little. And when my brother went off in the military, he bought me and sent me home a Pink Floyd album. So now I got exposed to, Dark
That's
Side
crazy.
of the
And that shit was like 69. So like you were getting it way later,
in the
but
70s, mid-70s.
Pre-internet? Like it wasn't a thing where you were connected to where you could get it like that.
So people kind of have...
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean,
Showtime was one of the first original network cable things. But before Showtime, it was called Limelight.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and you wouldn't remember that because you weren't even really born yet. But Limelight was actually, had the softcore porn and stuff like that. We were the house.
Well, I remember Cinemax had that because, like, my mom would tell me not to watch Cinemax because it was like Skinemax. She was like, you can't watch that. Like back in the day. But I'm like the tail end of that generation. I feel like a lot of people my same exact age probably had more internet access than I did, and so they probably had a different experience. But I was still on the landline growing up, and still
we were the neighborhood that my brother's friends got to come watch the adult.
Totally. No, I remember doing that too.
They were allowed to do that house. As long as they had a note from their parents.
Yeah, that's a note. Hey, my son can come over and watch some porn at your house. Yeah, sign the permission slip.
Well, sometimes people, when I do my comedy, a lot of my comedy is about being naive and not understanding. And I've had people go, really? Yeah, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Now, in this day and age, still, if you are not tuned into the dark web, what? The what?
The dark internet.
Yeah, what? You know what? No, I mean,
dark internet is crazy, though. I mean, you can order guns or drugs or child porn on the dark internet. Not that I've ever done any of those things, but I'm just saying the dark internet is a type of place where it's like the Wild West where you could do anything. And they have Bitcoin currency.
But
it's crazy.
Let alone knowing, even I just recently learned about the existence of it, but how would you know if you're living the straight vanilla life? If you are.
I'm just a nerd. That's why I know I'm just a nerdy motherfucker, so I know about it, but I'm not I don't want drugs,
Because
guns, or child porn. It's like I have no real purpose to go to the dark net. But I'm just interested in what it is. Because it's kind of crazy that you can have that stuff delivered to your house.
We ran into some kids that had made some purchases from there that I had to deal with.
What did they purchase?
I can't talk about it.
But, okay. But that's
it's
classified.
Well, no, and I was like,
Wait,
no.
No, like it's
you need to go home, sweetheart. We got to call your parents. You can't stay here on
well, that's kind of the thing is it's like...
We're just waiting for, what do you call it? Oh crap! Alice and her friends from Wonderland that come for this guy. Like, no, you need to go home and deal with that. That's the thing that's glass at home.
Yeah,
well, not at school.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to reverse that stuff.
I don't know if there is any reversing it, and I don't know if you can even regulate it. The thing that's weird is
but in an emergency situation, I know you can give Narcan, but I don't know what you do for the magic pixie stuff that you just bought and did.
No, it's really wild. Like I don't know much about it, but I just know I've just heard things about what you could do, and it's like it seems like what is regulation? I mean, I believe in regulation. I'm just like if you could order anything off of the darknet, which it appears that you can do. It seems like you just have a select amount of people that can get whatever the hell they want to get. Which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's all out there. You can find it. You
can find it.
You got to look hard enough. Here's the thing. A lot of the things is you got to know the right...
No, that's true.
The right keywords.
Totally true. No, it's all about the keywords. And I mean, I'm obsessed with that. But for me, I'm like a DJ and a producer. So it's all about finding those old jazz records and finding this stuff that's out of print. And I'll go down and I'll dig through record stores, but I mean, I've downloaded shit off of Russian servers to find some obscure jazz band that has maybe only 10,000 records printed or something like that. Because I love that. I love to get that stuff out there.
I have a Louis Armstrong record.
I love Louis Armstrong.
Yeah,
Louis Armstrong is dope.
So what do you think influenced you as well? So obviously the early rappers, you talked about that crazy stuff, bumping out of that Jeep. So, and that was a pretty impressive rap there.
What about the first time that you were on stage?
First time I was on stage? The first time I was on stage, I was a drummer. I was a jazz drummer.
Yeah.
I started as a drummer, and my uncle is a virtuoso drummer, and he's a big influence on me. Theodore Alicio, but he was in... He was in a band called The Return, but he also played me a lot of Meters records, James Brown and Sly and the Family Stone when I was very young. And he's in a funk cover band that just covers records like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And so he gave me drum lessons when I was 5. He actually bought me a drum set for my birthday.
Yeah.
He started teaching me how to play drums. And so it was that funk music that really...
So you've been playing since you were 5, the drums?
Yeah. And the drums, I love the drums. I mean, to me, it's like the biggest release. I feel like I could just get on the drums and spend the whole day playing drums. And... He taught me so much stuff. It's like fundamental to everything that I do because my music is rhythmic,
right? Above
everything else. It's syncopated. It's funky. It's a combination between emphasizing the on beats and the off beats.
So it's not like typical hip hop rap.
Well, I think that so hip hop rap from the time though grew out of funk and jazz. Yeah. It really did. I mean look at James Brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was almost rapping by 1970. You know what I mean? And really it was DJs like DJ Kool Herc that would take a lot of the James Brown records, and that's like pure hip-hop, backspinning James Brown records, just the funk break.
Right.
Which is the part where everything drops out but the drums.
That's pretty cool.
And he would have doubles of the same exact record. And he would have one spinning at his party, and as soon as it got to the end of the break, he would have the other one queued up, and you'd crossfade over. And B-boys would go wild. That's how breakdancing started.
But they don't do that anymore.
No, they still do it. I know so many breakdancers. It's not mainstream. It's not like you're going to turn on...
It's not mainstream.
You're not going to turn on MTV and see breakdancers.
So I'm not going to see Electric Boogaloo?
Dude, the thing that's crazy is there's people popping and locking like Electric Boogaloo. They're still doing breaking. They're doing. I know about that. No, they're still doing that. There's people that are doing all of that stuff they're just kind of a particular community of people but they're deeply ingrained. So like you can go to Breaking Hearts. It's like every February around Valentine's Day, and it's a pun, obviously,
right?
But that's just b-boys getting down. Like that's all that shit. You're gonna see electric boogaloo. You're gonna see people spinning on their head. You're gonna see all of that.
That's
oh my gosh! I remember. So when my oldest daughter was a little one, she's early 30s now. I was actually living in the projects.
Word.
I'm not kidding. I was living in the projects.
No, totally, man. No,
I was living in the Albuquerque projects.
What's the Albuquerque projects?
Well, actually, this was a record-breaking place. It was the first time they built some projects in the Northeast Heights. People
what is it called, though? I'm just curious.
It's a place out on Harper, 6100 Harper Drive.
I probably delivered there.
And the kids had got the cardboard boxes out, and they were spinning on their head. And I remember, I was young. I was 22, 23.
Right.
And I had my little girl, and I remember like going out and watching the kids spin, watch them spin on their head. They would get a piece of linoleum too.
Totally. Slicker.
Yeah, slicker. Someone would buy like a 5x9 piece of linoleum. The kids would be spinning on it. Yep. And, I'd go out and I'd watch, and I'd bring my baby girl with me. She was, I was about 22, and watching them, and I wanted to join in, but I was like, I felt like I was an old lady already because I was a mom, and I worked in the hospital. But the funny thing is, 20-something years later, I went down to the Harwood to go watch my grandson.
Harwood Suites?
No, Harwood Art.
It's art gallery.
Harwood
Art Gallery.
It's a school. It's a space where people can create art.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
They also have studios there, and they also have. So they were continuing the art of the b-boy.
Totally.
And my grandson was about 6 or 7 at the time, and he was learning to b-boy. He found it. My daughter, who's a dance instructor. Anyway, didn't think much about it at the time, but. Yeah, she was 2, a little bit under 2, and I was dragging her out to watch the B-Boys. And now, here it was, I was watching my grandson B-boying, spinning on his head. Here's this
dope. I mean, it's incredible.
There's this little white boy. Actually, technically, he's not. He's Hispanic, but he looks like a little white boy. Grandma's genes are strong in that one. And his name is Lopez. But anyway, there's my little Lopez, and he's spinning on his head, and he's doing his thing, and it's like, wow.
It's incredible,
It was like this time flash, my God. Because I remember what I loved about b-boying, and when I was in my 20s and in the projects, and here's this random white girl living in the projects.
Hey, it happens, man. I've been there.
I had my brown baby.
Projects, but
I had my brown baby. But, the thing was, to me, it was like, oh my God, there's so much energy in life.
Yes.
The desire to express your art is so huge, just to express in whatever way. And this was the latest thing. And
it's intense.
I just remember, I felt like I was almost drooling watching them. I didn't. I'll be honest, I don't know if I really wanted to spit on my head because I was a bit of a klutz. But
me too.
Just the idea that they were doing it, the music
badass.
was... I love it. I love it.
Totally, and there's a reason I don't b-boy. I do not b-boy for the same reasons. I have 2 left feet. I cannot do that. It's weird. I can drum. I can produce. I can make music. I can rap.
B-boy dance like Elaine.
Elaine from Seinfeld? Yeah.
I dance like Elaine and run like Phoebe on the couch.
That is a catch, man. That is a catch, yeah.
So I want to hear a little bit of your stuff. You brought stuff here to share with us.
Yeah,
we need to.
And I definitely would love to hear some of it.
A little bit of this, and I was wanting to talk about the comedic tradition in hip hop because I feel like it's getting lost.
Oh,
it is.
It's getting lost. There was from the very beginning of hip hop, there was pranksters in hip hop.
Yeah,
there was hip hop comedians like Biz Markie.
Yes.
Cool Keith from the Ultramagnetic MCs. You might not know about him, but he's hilarious, and he's a subversive artist. That's another thing that's messed up, is people don't really extend a lot of these literary terms that we use for movies and we use for other genres of even music and stuff.
Yes.
This stuff is a thing in hip-hop. There are subversive artists that mess with your expectations, and Cool Keith epitomizes that.
I don't know that I... I just remember,
well, he wasn't that big. He was big, but he wasn't,
You're talking about, like, Bismarcky kind of thing.
Like from the 80s. I'm talking about from the 80s.
From the 80s, that's stuff that I listen to. You know what I mean?
I love the 80s. Big Daddy Kane?
And
you know about him?
Yes, I know Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane, I've seen him 2 times. He's still, when I saw him in LA at the Staples Center, that dude at like 50 or something, doing backflips with his backup dancers.
It's amazing. He was in excellent
in a
shape.
suit. In a suit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's incredible.
He must have had
true showman.
The Chuck Norris spandex.
Yeah, he probably did, man. I mean, he's just one of the bad. I'd say Kane's probably the baddest motherfucker in hip hop. Like, I don't think there's nobody else I've ever seen do backflips at that age. No. You know? And, like, it was like his backup dancers were synchronized.
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, how are you doing this? You know, like, you were like an OG. You know, like,
absolutely. That's pretty amazing. So, I mean, but you're talking about the comedic part of it, and definitely, I mean, I think about, basically songs that what I grew up with. It was the innuendo of it.
Yeah,
it was never the
like LL Cool J does a good job of that.
Absolutely, like, and who's the other one? Funky Cole Medina.
Yeah. It was Tone Loc. Yeah, he did a good job of that. I mean,
and so if we think about that, I mean, it was all innuendo. It was never in your face, and now it's like.
Well, LL Cool J was kind of in your face, though.
But it was
like he's one of the.
But boldest. so was Ice-T,
Oh, well, Ice-T. I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But at the same time, it still wasn't that graphic.
It was different. It was more like a story to be told. It was like they had
it was more like a spoken word, and basically they're talking about women, but they weren't talking about women in the derogatory
in the derogatory
that we hear today.
And sometimes Ice-T would, but mostly I think the thing that's impressive about a lot of those guys is they understood that a lot of things. It's almost like comparing to Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, it's like a lot of things that are not said are the things that actually. When the most powerful, when you don't say it explicitly, it's so much more impactful than when you just go and you just try to spell it out and try to make it appeal to the lowest common denominator. Right. And that's what really impressed me about a lot of the pioneers of this genre.
The pioneers of the genre.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of rapping.
Yeah.
The closest to rapping I get is usually Christmas time.
What, Christmas in Hollis, that Run DMC shit, or like what are you talking about?
No, just wrapping presents.
Wrapping presents! Okay. I thought maybe you were taking a different take on Jingle Bells.
No, that's just probably the closest thing I really get to rapping.
I got you.
Although, like I said, I was telling you earlier, is like I definitely with my daughter, she'll hear something on my radio on my iTunes every once in a while. She goes, "What are you listening to? You don't listen to this." And it's like, but I like this song.
Right. I mean, dude, sometimes it just. Something about it is just appealing, even if it's not your usual shebang,
What's the message? It's really kind of, what is the message that you're hearing in this song? For me,
is that what bugs you? Is like sometimes the message is just like a lame ass message. Yeah, I agree with you. There's too many messages
for the sake of profanity, like it's kind of like
I feel you. I mean,
and some of the. I'm not even going to speak on the topic, but sometimes
speak on it.
No, because I'm not educated.
What's the
you educate.
My son.
What's the song? Bitch better have my money.
What's up?
No, I mean,
bitch better have my money.
I remember I have
not my fan.
I feel you. AMG is not that great.
I can remember my son was into dub, and he was also into dubstep, and he was also into some rap and whatever. And I can remember driving him, poor thing, I took him to so much tutoring because he has a lot of disabilities. I remember taking him to tutoring in the middle of summer, like had to be intense, 3-4 days a week. And I remember him just like, because it was like torture. So I let him, he listened to whatever he wanted to. And then he listened to Lil Wayne and a few other, and I was just so obscene all the time. And I was like, I can remember teasing him, want Mom to sing along? Like a lollipop, look lollipop. Mom, don't like. Well,
it's like maybe you don't.
I don't want to hear that from my mom's mouth.
Right,
I want anyone else's mouth, but not your mouth. But no, there was, there. But again, there was musicality there. So,
yeah, I mean, I think
something
Lil
like
Wayne
this.
has some good punchlines at the very least.
Well, yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the overarching messages. I feel like a lot of here's the thing about older hip hop is there was such a good variety. You had your conscious rappers. You had rappers that were maybe a little more rebellious, a little more even gangster with it, but they still had messages that resonated with a lot of people that were important. And then you had guys that were like less conscious that were just rocking the party, like Fresh Prince. But there's a place for him. There is a place for Fresh Prince. There's a place for all of these people. And I feel like the problem is that the diversity is being lost within this culture. We don't have as many unique artists. And back then it was like a crime. Like you could not be like the next man. You could not be like the next person that was performing. You couldn't, like if you were Slick Rick, that was different from Run DMC. It was the Kings of Rock, where Slick Rick was like the storyteller. And you had Ultramagnetic MCs, they're like the nerds. And then you had NWA, they're like a little more gangster with it, but they're bringing some social commentary. Then you have Public Enemy that's not gangster with it, but they're bringing social commentary almost to you like a preacher. You know what I mean? Chuck D anyway.
Yeah.
And then you had jazzy artists like Tribe Called Quest, or you had like a narrator like Guru from Gangstar. And it was like everybody was doing their own thing. And it was just an unwritten rule. It was never put down, but nobody ever wanted to sound like the next person.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, is I think that too many people are jumping on the bandwagon instead of trying to just do their own thing.
It's become homogenized. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with what homogenized really means in milk. It's where they mix the cream and so that it doesn't separate.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, like a lot of things, everything is about being, quote, fitting in a mold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I mean, one of the problems we have right now is that everybody's in an echo chamber.
Right. Oh,
With social media, They only have people they like.
Yep.
And if you're not like me, you must be bad. If you can't, there's no diversity. There's no exceptions. Acceptance of diversity of thought.
It's nuts.
Diversity of ideas.
Yes.
Diversity of viewpoint.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there are absolute things in this world that are not good. But I think we've applied that absolute to everything now. So, share us some music.
Okay, yeah, I'll get down. This one...
We got this going on here.
Sorry, let's see where I was at.
We can just bump this one.
No,
you can't. No, just go ahead.
Or I'll do this one. I'll save the last one. I'll save the first one for last.
We're fine.
I'll do this one. Is this coming out fairly loud?
I'll tell you in a minute.
We're going to give it a shot.
I guess we'll find out.
It has a delay.
Okay. Latency. Actually did this with the class president of my high school, which is funny.
Are you with it? Catching the vibe.
Hey, y'all, I'm catching the vibe.
Enjoy the night. I'm in the ride. I'm feeling it.
Yo, I be catching the vibe. You be catching the vibe. We be catching the vibe. They catching the vibe.
The girls by their side. Turn it up. How they feeling it.
They be catching the vibe. You be catching the vibe. We be catching the vibe.
Catching the vibe.
Straight catching the vibe.
You enjoy the night. I'm in the ride. I'm feeling it.
Catching the vibe. You catching the vibe. We catching the vibe.
Gotta pick up the guy.
They catching the vibe.
The girls by their side, turn it up, how they feeling it.
You know, you catching the vibe, we be catching the vibe. Y'all be catching the vibe before I scope. Was 7 years ago. I rock freestyle rhymes with the disco flow. Spark cigars with Zippo. Through the smoke out the windows. Remember, this is just the intro. I sound fluffy like a pillow. I be the hungry hippo, eating your ass like a pencil bean. My mental scheme is just a simple dream to get the cream. It's an intercontinental thing. Right, get ill with it. My magic wand can turn Santa Claus into Bill Clinton, and I'm still hitting. I'm all up in your motherfucking ass with the ill rhythm. I got the ADHD. The ABD hates me greatly. I revolt like the island of Haiti. I'm the eyes double AC. Drive you crazy. Call me Forrest Whitaker because the eyes lazy. Your ears are potatoes. The rhymes are gravy. Good babies, yo, the rhymes are babies. I be the doctor, handing out abortions. There's too many orphans and stuff for doctors. Yo, I circumvent the earth like Magellan. Exotic fruit juice flow, aqua do honey melon. My voice is a relaxing tone. I serenade the girl like a saxophone. So you catching the vibe.
Time to enjoy the night. Hop in the ride, I'm feeling it.
I be catching the vibe, you be catching the vibe, and we be catching the vibe.
Pick up the guy.
Yo, they catching the vibe.
The girls by their side, turn it up, how they feeling it.
They catching the vibe. I be catching the vibe, and you be catching the vibe.
Catching the vibe.
They just catch the vibe, y'all.
Enjoy the
Just catch the
night.
vibe.
Hop in the ride, I'm
Yo,
feeling it.
so just catch the clap. Yo, don't do that. I'm just playing, y'all. So just catch the vibe.
The girls by their
Just catch the vibe.
Turn it up how they feel.
And after that, y'all catch the
Every
rap.
nice
But don't catch the crap. You're too bad, motherfuckers, you do it so good. We blasting the beat through the neighborhood. Our style connects through the ear canal. We did the shit, baby. Paul, don't step in the pile. The DJ rotates, tectonic plates. Can we erase the earthquake? Causes boobies to shake. We connect like Doc Lewis and Little Mac. Took it on like Tyson to punch out the track. And that's that. Ain't nothing in the aftermath. Just funky. But more than anything, I spent more time on the beat than the rhyme. I made all the beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beats, like the music is where it's at, man.
I like the music. I do.
The music,
it's really good.
the music is what's banging. I mean, I think the lyrics got to be kind of dope or sharp or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like the music has to make you groove.
Right.
And if it ain't making you groove, there's something wrong with the damn music. Unless it's creating an atmosphere that puts you in another spot that's good for what you're trying to convey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, honestly, the music is first and foremost.
What I see is it's poetry.
Yeah.
It is. It's
absolutely poetry,
Mhm.
and then you add it, and then you make it speak for you. It's one thing to have a thought and deep, and then to make it flow, and then to add music, and then to add beats. It's like, whew.
Yeah.
To me, it's like seeing sound.
Mm-hmm. Jimi Hendrix type of
like
shit. Like
seeing
the
sound.
synesthesia, they call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seeing sound, hearing color,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
feeling
Yeah.
a sound. You know, it's
Totally,
it's
yeah.
and I enjoy that. I
Yeah,
enjoy
for sure.
that.
Yeah.
And I think there's an art, and I think there's just a lot of, not acceptance for alternative things.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the young, even in the old, even definitely in the older, because we get rigid.
Although I feel like some of the older people, like, it's weird because it's like the older people in hip hop, like they give me a
that's
lot
different.
more props than the younger people. I still get props from younger people in hip hop, but I feel like the older people feel like I paid attention to
Maybe
people that started this shit.
Maybe it's because you're not busting and capping those younger guys.
Busting what?
Busting a cap.
I mean, I can't bust a cap, man. I'd rather bust a nut.
I was going to say,
I'd rather bust
I think
a
the
nut.
problem is that
can't
you'd
bust
rather
a
bust
cap.
a nut than
Yeah.
bust a cap. It's
But
only...
you're the sexual intellectuals.
Right,
Here.
so
it's not so
it's-
much about caps. It's more about maybe assorted fruits and cherries.
yeah. Assorted
Vegetables and
fruits.
occasional
Assorted fruits and
zucchini
vegetables. Yeah, we got some
And
cucumbers, some
occasional
zucchini,
Yeah.
Some zucchini,
bananas,
a little kumquat.
kumquat.
A little cute. Strawberries can be used for many ways.
Oh, you could do a lot of things with strawberries.
So,
I guess I'm not supposed to inhale the wine. Ooh, I did not feel good.
I like that.
It was lovely. I liked it a lot.
You have more
Word.
than
I do have another one. You
Please,
guys wanna hear
please
that?
share.
This one's about food. It's
No,
funny,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about like kumquats and
we
strawberries
have
and all
20, we have
that.
20 minutes, so we're good.
Oh,
Okay.
We had a later start. I forgot.
We have
Yeah, we did.
So,
we got started a little late, and that's okay.
we're going to have some fun. We're going to go live Facebook, and we just did a little live Twitter, which I didn't know you could
Oh
do.
shit, I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah,
That's
you
kinda
just
cool.
been tweeted live, darling, and
Damn.
you look hot. You look hot. You look hot. You're going to have to reach
Y'all are hot too.
Thanks.
Yeah, y'all
But
are
you know
fun.
Hotter than a virgin in a prison rodeo.
Ooh.
Definitely.
Sorry. But
Yeah.
she would definitely be warm. But yeah, the things that I've learned in my older age, but that's another podcast.
Right.
Yeah, I already established the reason why I didn't know a whole lot of heck of whatever. But it's a lot of fun discovering and learning new things.
hmm
Is what keeps you young. Spirits, mind, soul, body, everything. Is to
Right.
constantly be moving and going forward. Not forgetting what's good in the past.
hmm
Not forgetting the lessons. Not
No.
forgetting the wisdom
Yeah,
before
but
us.
expanding on
But
it.
taking and expanding it,
Yes,
reinventing it, and
yes.
twisting
I
it.
agree. Like, you want to take it and put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want to do.
And,
you
and
know?
I always dreamed of, oh gosh, of things getting better. Like, truly. I mean, I was a little girl in the 60s. I
Mhm.
mean, I
Well,
saw Martin
the
Luther
60s
King
was
get killed.
great.
I saw.
I mean that's
the,
sad,
The
but
summer of '68, when everybody's
Yeah.
going nuts.
Mhm.
Yes, last year, 2016.
right,
It's like, whoa down, folks. We've been here before.
right.
There's nothing new under the sun.
No.
Now they twist it and they turn it, but
Mhm.
there's nothing new under the sun. You know, Facebook is great about reminding you. And we had all these young black men getting shot last year, and now
Definitely.
we've recently heard about,
Yeah.
you know, like they got off.
It's just bullshit.
But we've been there before. I mean, I remember as a little girl, again, not able to turn on to the internet or whatever.
Right.
But
right.
the little bit that did filter in my home, watching the casket on the TV go by of our president, watching the casket go by.
Talk about JFK.
You know, well, actually, I was too young to remember JFK, but his nephew, and then Bobby, and then Martin Luther King, and then, you know, I barely even heard about Malcolm X, you know, but it was a crazy time.
Oh, yeah.
It was a crazy time. And, you know, people are talking now about how blacks, you know, there's a movie out about, you know, someone marrying a black woman and they were breaking the law. And, you know, I mean, that stuff was real.
What was that, in like the 70s? Early
70s?
Late
Yeah.
60s?
It's just been recently. I mean, there's some places.
I think it was like in Virginia, the last Supreme Court case that said misogyny is not something you can even prosecute.
Yeah. Well,
But that's not that long ago. You know what I mean? When you think about it.
Yeah, well, I was married to
Well, you can. It's just not that way anymore. It's just not
Well,
that way.
But it's not like official, and I mean, that's still fucked up that it's even happening at all. It's
well, you know,
totally fucked up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, they were supposed to officially outlaw that. Yeah, and
misogyny doesn't work.
Yeah.
We're still a bunch of misogyny.
No, it's still bullshit.
But, yeah. I'd like to think that things will get better. But...
Well, they haven't proved.
You know what?
But it goes in cycles.
Here's the thing.
It always goes in cycles.
It does.
Everything
gets
gets better, but it takes one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one person that is willing to start and can spread that message, eventually people will start to join. But you have to have somebody that is a little bit empowered that can spread that message. So people like us in the media community can spread that message.
Definitely.
Well, and the
of basically, let's move to a different direction. Let's become more vibrational. If we raise our vibration, then things can start to fall in place.
And the other thing
I agree with you.
The other thing that's been forgotten is the pendulum swings to extremes
It does.
to push the masses towards the middle.
Well,
we have to have extremes.
Yeah,
and
but it's been moving to the left. I feel like since the 40s.
It's been moving to the left for a while. Now we've got the swing to the right.
But it's only a subtle. It's only a subtle.
But it's a
change
normal.
to left.
It's a normal push.
Yeah.
Every action there's an equal.
It is,
reaction.
but
and it will settle. It moves everything towards the middle.
Yeah.
The truth is never on the edges.
Do you have political rap songs?
Yeah.
Do you politicalize yourself?
I mean, yeah, you know, it's weird though because I have different feelings about it. Like I wrote, I was diagnosed with like ADHD and bipolar disorder,
ADD, OCD, and PTSD.
Yeah, I have PTSD too, but I'm not treated for it. but yeah, I got diagnosed with PTSD, ADHD, and
it's the alphabet soup.
Bipolar disorder. And like now I'm pretty pro medication, but at the time that I wrote it, I was still debating. You know what I'm saying? You guys feel me?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know.
I mean, my medication, unfortunately, is I do take regular medication, but.
I mean, I'll put it out there. What I take fucking escitalopram and amphetamine salts, man, for ADHD. That's what I take.
I take OCD. I take Prozac.
Word, yeah, Prozac is like that's fluoxetine.
I take fluoxetine.
Rough.
Dude, you know what's weird? Check this shit out.
It's ancient.
This is some other shit that motherfuckers don't know about. For a while I was really into bodybuilding. I took this motherfucking gym supplement that was taken off the shelves because I had fluoxetine.
Was it jacked?
No, it wasn't jacked, but that was also taken off the shelf.
That was taken off the
That
shelf?
was also taken off the shelf. The shit that I was on was called, what was that called? It was called,
I've taken Risperidol.
Lorazepam.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Ativan.
Yeah. See, I haven't had Ativan.
Wellbutrin.
I've had Wellbutrin. Wellbutrin does not work for me.
No,
I'll say that.
I'll tell you what happened to me. They tried me on. Gosh, I'm really putting this out there. So they tried me on Wellbutrin, and I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you that that to me felt like fingernails on a chalkboard in my head.
Yeah. I was irritable too. I couldn't be on it.
I couldn't last.
I was getting into arguments. Yeah, I was getting into mad arguments. I could not be on.
I was on Paxil.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to be drunker in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to my doctor and I said, I just have this insatiable craving for alcohol.
Yeah.
I just want to drink
right
all the time on this medication.
Yeah. That's definitely something is up with that, because that shouldn't be necessarily
that shouldn't be a part of my recovery, is me wanting to be drunk all the time.
But Paxil oh my God. So everybody's body's different. So Paxil for me
is good.
Made me so happy.
Yeah.
So I gained a ton of weight. I was fat.
That's a good part of it. Definitely.
I remember going into work one day and I was telling the ladies, "Hey, how you doing? How are you doing today? Hey, I'm getting my hard shift at the hospital, like working the ortho.
Right.
I had 60 zillion beds, and let's go, let's rock and roll, like woo." And then I remember I actually said this out loud, like whoa. I said, better living through modern chemistry. It kind of pushed me into mania. So it was like, I realized, this may not be a good place for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is my good track.
One of my
I was like so happy and fat.
It's weird. Like, Lexapro, that's what I'm on, or Citalopram, and I've definitely gained some weight. I've still got some muscle under there, believe it or not. But it does that.
I wasn't going to say anything much, Fatty. I'm just kidding.
He's just thin. You look fine.
You look great.
Yeah. You're very thin. You're fine.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different from before I was on it. It is very different. And then and I've kind of developed a tolerance to this now, but when I was first...
You do. Actually, I have a story for another day on that. But
we do.
When I was placed on ADHD medication...
Well, we can have you come back for our better living through medication.
Dude, I'm so down. I should be on that, because I have so many stories.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I could just... Oh, my gosh. I have something called the Zoloft wall.
Okay.
So, it works. Zoloft works for about 2 to 3 months, and then I hit the freaking wall, and then it doesn't do anything, and then you're like looking out windows, you're like leaning on ropes, you're like, I don't know. So I gave up on the doctors. I gave up on any help. So what I would do is I would cycle off of it. Mm-hmm. So it would, like, my receptors. I guess there's probably a reason it works. So I would cycle off of it for a couple of weeks. For sure.
Like, that's how tolerance works.
And then I would, I guess it would just unsaturate the receptors and whatever, and then I would go back on
adapt
it,
back.
And it would work, and until I hit the Zoloft wall again. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, what the hell? I didn't want any more drugs. And then eventually I just got off of everything.
For sure. You feel happier now that you're off of everything?
Huh?
You feel happier off of everything? You feel like it's better? At the very least.
Yeah, I've done a lot of really hard therapy work. Mm-hmm. A lot of hard work. I also have an anxiety disorder, so.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I lift. I work out.
Yeah, you're a personal trainer. You don't just lift and work out. You're a professional.
Well,
right.
But I don't have the. Once I took clients, it was.
You should take me in there, because I
couldn't maintain the level for my physique. My physique isn't where I want it to be, and then people get mad at me because they feel fine. But I had a different physique. But that required me to work 5-6 days a week, which is crazy. Yeah. And that's the same level of like craziness I needed to maintain to keep the psychological stuff at bay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now I can live without the biochemical stuff, the drugs. Mm-hmm. But I have to remind myself when I have a bad day.
Yeah. It's probably rougher, right?
It's harder. It's harder. Mm-hmm. I used to have stuff for anxiety, and I have a tremor disorder. And unfortunately, during a period in my life, I had a child that ended up stealing my drugs. And, I had to have him, and he found other drugs. So I stopped those.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's rough, though. I mean, it's like, what can you do about that?
No, I mean, I could have locked him up. I didn't realize he was going to...
Of course, anybody can have that opportunity, but it's like, most people ain't going to take it.
So you have a rap about your meds? Or about how you feel? Kind of?
I do.
So what do you have on here?
It's actually not one of the ones I uploaded to this.
This is fine.
The only one I haven't uploaded, I believe, is... Did I upload...
Give us some
flavor? Did I do flavor?
Let's do whatever you want. Which one you prefer to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, this really is not anything to do with meds, though.
That's okay.
I did have one that was meds and it's kind of anti-meds, but honestly, as somebody with this many disorders, I'm knowing people that have disorders, I kind of am like, I don't really want to.
You don't want to offend anybody?
Well, I mean, I'm not against meds. It's complicated. Like, I was on, when I went on the ADHD medication, it changed to live. Well, it made it so much better. I started getting A's in all my classes. I started being able to do better at my job. I started doing so many things better. And I even started getting way more dates, bring your girls home and stuff. Check this shit out.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about this shit. Dude, my fucking dick was like retreating into itself. Like I got somebody home.
So erectile
dysfunction, like big time, off of the ADHD meds.
You just call it whiskey dick and just let him go.
Well, sure, and
do
like,
a couple of shots.
Well, okay, and honestly, since then I've gotten used to it, and it's not really a problem anymore. But for my first few months on it, I've never had that happen, and I didn't even realize for a few months. Right. So I started going on to like anonymous forums where people are talking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. This is like an actual thing where the people are experiencing the same thing. Mm-hmm. But I would just like bring people home, not worried about it, because I never had a problem in that department, and all of a sudden,
it's not working.
It's not working. Yeah, that's crazy.
Antidepressants are horrible. Like forget it. The years on the Zoloft, it's like
you weren't really feeling it, or something like that.
No orgasms. No, you can't have. You can't have muzzle. Some people can. Some people can't.
You don't have a problem with that. Yeah, well, it's true. Like some people don't have a problem with it. Yeah,
it does interfere. You like get excited.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's not happening.
Mine is now.
Right.
Okay, so like I had this guy one time. I met on Cupid, and like he messaged me. And he blah blah blah, and so like every other.
What did he say?
Every other response to me was kind of like, so I'm really not there. I don't really want a long-term relationship. Fuck buddy. And then it went on to something else. Fuck buddy. And then it went on to something else. Fuck buddy. This was all the underlying message.
Yeah.
And at the end of the message, it was like, but if you really want to have sex, you at least have to give me an hour's notice.
That's romantic.
I never responded to that because my response was really wanting to be more like, dude, at my age, it comes and goes. Right. I don't have an hour's warning. I'm driving, and I realize, oh my god, I'm fucking horny. Drive 5 minutes, like okay.
Right. Totally.
By the time I get to your house and the hour that warning that I've given you, I've already come in and out of it a few times, and I'm over it.
Right. Totally, it's kind of like that.
That part works for me now. I'm really happy. Off of the meds, it works great.
Oh, off of the meds, and like you have. It's funny because at least me, I had like a what do they call it? Like a withdrawal. But where my dick was like way harder. That's like also part of the withdrawal. It's like your dick just gets super duper hard because that's part of the side effects.
They put me on something new, and. Oh my god! I don't remember what it was.
Cold turkey,
and I missed one dose. And I went to an open mic, and all of a sudden I was feeling
like a brain zap.
Yeah,
almost.
Like what?
Oh yeah, it happens with antidepressants. That's the thing.
It was like, oh my god, I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't the Zoloft. It was something they wanted to come in.
Was it escitalopram? Because that's very common.
Oh my god, it was horrible. And I remember ordering a glass of wine on purpose, like.
Yeah, for sure. No, that happens all the time.
I thought I was going crazy, and then thank God for the internet, right? You Google it, and you went, other people have described the withdrawal, and it was only 1 day. I missed 1 day.
That's why I take Prozac. Although you can't go cold turkey on Prozac.
No, but Prozac's dirty. Prozac's dirty. It's not
fun.
It's not clean. It's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's different. It's like you feel it. You definitely notice that shit. Yeah, it's not subtle. Not subtle.
So you're going to do one more song for me?
We need to let you...
Yeah, sorry, guys. I don't know if this has anything to do with medication.
We have to. We want to hear your
Okay, this is about food. Y'all hungry?
Oh, my God. That's great.
I'm always
Food's good.
Okay, all right.
We're women.
We'll just do that. I do have a song about medication, but I'll save
it for
the
things about food. Women have things about food.
I think dudes do, too. I mean, I'm a sucker for food.
All right. Make it happen.
Oh. Check it out. I got my flavor the egg rolls, the smear on bagels, the syrup on waffles, so they go my egos. I got the Pop-Tarts and toasted strudels, gingerbread cookies, snickerdoodles, witches roof all you ghouls and goblins. Wash it down with Dr. Pepper, some Baskin Robbins. You say I ain't got flavor, but you're invalid. I got more flavor than a tossed salad on Cinco de Mayo with pico de gallo and hot batter crawfish coming out of my pie hole. I even got more flavor than Sam I am. Stepping on the scene with green A's and ham. I got flavor in my shoes and flavor in my socks. Flavor in my style and the way that I rock. So pardon me if I give you a scare, but I got flavor in my pubic hair. So take a scoop if you dare. My flavor more funky than your grandfather's underwear. Get a chunk in a mouthful of funk. With spaghetti meat sauce, feel the breadstick dunk. A finger licking booty with a chunk in the trunk. You know I got enough flavor for all you punks, and I'ma bring it to that ass like pizza. I'm out with a flavor, homeboy, Austin La Vista. Eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, pick 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em with popcorn, eat 'em with popcorn, and go, you know, pick away. I got more flavor than guacamole. Your cheese and salsa all up in your frijoles. Ole, I said holy moly. I'ma kick it till I score. You better tell your goalie that I ain't even having it. I got more flavor than your mama's spice cabinet. And I be cooking up a 4-course meal. If you don't know the deal, you better listen to the spiel. The rhymes of the entree, the beat is the appetizer. Yo, I just energize her. Yo, put it into I saute. It doesn't matter if it's breakfast, dinner, lunch, or crunch time. I eat MC when it's lunchtime. And after that, you know, I'm out. Flavor in the house. That's without a doubt. I got the flavor. The fucking flavor. The motherfucking flavor. So put it on your tongue and savor. Because I got the flavor. So put it on your tongue and savor. No, I got the flavor. This is just some cutting I did on the DJ set.
Alright.
Yeah, I be DJing, man. I be DJing and producing. Like, the music is where it's at.
We totally have the sexual intellectual in the house tonight, folks. Women, Wit and Wine. Thank you all, our live viewers. You're the bomb.
I guess that's that. Oh, sight. You got a little more. So yeah, that's that.
Hello.
We're still live.
Yeah, no.
Kicking it.
We did it well.
Doing it well. That's like the LL shit.
You know what?
Doing it well.
You know what that is the good part about life. Is if you don't get it right this time, we get to do it next time.
Right.
And as long as you keep your head open and your heart open and you can go forward.
Right. That's
art
true.
is amazing.
That's
for
very
that.
true. Yes.
You know?
Yes, that's what it's for.
Some people are okay without an artistic expression. Others, if they don't have it, they're not going to make it. Life has little meaning. And we're just so glad you were able to share with us today because you have a special.
I'm so glad you had me on because, like, I don't know.
So amazing.
I was excited. I usually try to find people, live guests, and I usually do it about a month out. And
yeah, for sure. This was a little short notice.
It was very short notice because
you were amazing.
I kind of went through a little bit of a funk, and I kind of like was not. It's you know it's
not like it's not like James Brown funk.
Yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was a James Brown funk. But
no, but it was like you want to dig yourself out, feel a little.
I took myself out for a while, and then I kind of regrouped, and Judith has been a big help in helping me regrouping, and then
I'm still live, by the way.
And we are still live. We're still absolutely
live, all the way live, man. We like Lakeside.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I have 1,500 hours a month.
Damn.
I use probably 3% of it.
Doing what?
On speakers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's for live podcasting.
For sure, I see what you're saying. I should get on that. I want to do a hip hop history podcast.
That would be so fun.
I'd be honored to produce it.
Dude, I'll come over once a week. If you're down,
I'm down.
Because I got so much, and I would even, if you want me to send you guys stuff.
Yeah, I'm honored to do it. We create another station because my thing, I can have as many stations as I want.
That's dope.
And definitely and promote.
But
because I'm a nerd, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
First and foremost, I'm a nerd. Like, don't make any mistake. I look up like Genesis games from 1991. You know what I mean? Like,
we do need to share some stuff.
Yeah, hopefully I got some people on it.
I am a nerd.
That's dope. Yes, the core. You with it. You feel it. Okay.
Oh my God,
Hell yeah.
Nicolina, you please have to pose one more time with that because
That's
I'm
why.
a nerd to the core. Like I was at Hobby Lobby and found this for $1.80 and it excited the hell out of me.
God,
$2. We have to do this.
Less.
Oh, that's happiness. All right, so we're going to be posting that. But one of the things that we do need to do real quick is
I want to talk about the upcoming shows.
It's been an amazing. You as a guest will have to come back. We'll have to
Thank
do
you so much.
drug episode for
We're not
sure.
We're not done.
We'll have a registered nurse on board with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm a registered counselor. I'm a drug counselor. I'm an LSAA. I'm a licensed substance abuse associate. I'm almost an LSA.
I'm so
late
glad.
Congratulations! I'm a life coach.
Yeah, so we have we got a whole treatment crew here. We'll talk off.
Yeah.
But we have exciting news, Nicolina. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm so stoked.
Go ahead.
Oh, please. Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go ahead.
I want to hear it. Damn.
I'm that excited. So, Dirty Girls Comedy is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We are so stoked. We are going to have our grand reveal. We're going to do comedy. We got both of us have a gig this Friday night. We are the quote open micers for
headliners at
Real Bravo Brewing. So we need all our peeps to show up at 9:30. Get there a little early. It's been packed, so you want to get there early. Get a good seat. There's some good beer specials. So that's over on 2nd Street. So Real Bravo Brewing. So and then Dirty Girls is going to have their. You would say we've had soft openings.
We're going to have our premiere opening.
Our premiere opening.
It's just going to be hard, son.
It's going to be the hard opening.
20th of July at Ghost Wolf Gallery.
Yeah, so we're bringing live comedy into an art gallery. This is a beautiful, wonderful, amazing art gallery. Shishi to the nose in Old Town. With contemporary, beautiful, fun art. And so we are so excited. We anticipate a crowd, so be sure and show up early. The show will be
a musical artist, Adam James.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing too.
He will be there as giving us a great
some interludes
between the comedy acts. And I'm pretty excited too. We'll be promoting, so watch out for it. We will be coming up with a Dirty Girls Comedy Facebook page here in the next, probably by tomorrow, actually. So it's amazing. The show will be from 7 to 8:30. It's a little. We have a little extra time in there. It'll probably just be an hour show, but we're gonna give you a little extra padding in there. So we're making it work. It's gonna work. So
we're gonna make it work.
It's okay. We're yes, and I do kind of want to also talk about the things of the upcoming shows that I have.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that shit. That shit sounds like fire.
July 23rd is we're going to have Finding the Buddha with the amazing comedian Eddie Tafoya, author and professor, published author, several books. Look for him on Amazon.com. Also in July the 30th, we're going to have Mary Bird.
Bird's the word.
Taking the world by storm. Definitely an Albuquerque comedian that we should all know and appreciate.
To the maximal.
On August 6th, we will have Ethical Porn for Dicks by Dr. David Lay.
Oh my gosh, we've got big time.
I need to watch that regardless.
He is also another author. You can find him on Amazon.com. And
several books.
He's got books.
Someone here, a native Albuquerquean. Most of these people are absolutely from Albuquerque. And another one is, in August 13th, is My Happy Place with Ann Gora, another Albuquerque comedian that we should all know. Definitely. I'm pretty excited for these upcoming shows. Next weekend, we're going to have another show. I don't have a guest for it at this time.
We're going to make it work.
But we're going to make it work. There's a possibility I have a comedian coming through, and I might be able to get a sit down with him.
I know a comedian if you guys are interested.
It might be a pre-recorded show, but definitely, and I'm always looking for guests.
Right.
This is Nicolina Nicthe, and you're listening to Women, Wit and Wine, and I want to say thank you to my co-host, Judith, and my special co-host guest, Isaac Flower Day, the sexual intellectual.
Oh my God!
I just want to say,
so you got to look him up. So where are you at, Isaac?
If you look on SoundCloud, you can search the sexual intellectual. If you look on Facebook, you can search the sexual intellectual, and if you look on even Google, you can search sexual intellectual. Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
What's your Twitter handle?
It's just Isaac Flower Day. So that's my actual name.
So basically,
I'm on there.
He'll give me all this information, and I'll definitely be posting.
Yeah.
I'll be posting his links and his pages.
And this is
Women, Wit and Wine.
This is a dope podcast.
So,
if you want to hear some funny shit,
yeah. So I mean, definitely, it's definitely a no holds barred podcast.
They ain't gonna bar you.
Yeah,
we do have explicit ratings, but
they might bar me, but. Really,
it's worth it. At the end
it's worth it. However, sometimes Facebook doesn't let me promote just based on the wording.
No, I've had that happen. I've definitely had that happen. It's so lame. It's like what? You guys got a problem with that?
And this is an amazing show. We've gone over 15 minutes, and I wanted to say thank you guys and thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great day. And
peace out.
Peace out,
y'all.
And,
it was a pleasure.
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.
Oh,
y'all.
Screw that. Namaste, bitches. Have a good one.
Have a decent day.